So, you know what yesterday was? Yesterday was a big day of liquidations in the crypto market. Over $400 million liquidated over the last 24 hours. And unfortunately, Shiba Inu was drugged down with everything else. Go figure. It's happening once again. But again, those same fundamental signs that we've seen from Shiba Inu recently have in fact been taking place here. And in fact, I want to show everybody what the large holders are trying to do, because it looks like what they're doing right now is stealing from the smaller holders. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. It's been growing like crazy, and it's all because of you guys. Now, I will say I've seen a lot of people getting annoyed. They are definitely worn out. They're tired. They just want their money back. And guys, I get it. I absolutely get it. There are definitely some assets in the space that I am down on. Shib isn't one of them. I've said many times before, I bought Shib in some of those lows back in the bear market cycle, right before things got exciting, but I have bought more along the way. And I will say this is, it's very clear what's happening in the market right now. A lot of it's manipulation. A lot of it's taking advantage of fear in the markets. And what we're seeing from Shib is just these large holders just continue to accumulate. Now, first of all, I want to show you guys big liquidations across the space. We talked about, this big amount of long leverage on Shiba Inu. Unfortunately, when you have big amounts of long leverage, although it does show a lot of confidence, if the market tips the wrong direction, it can accelerate prices to the downside. And that's exactly what we got. So now Shib is sitting below that kind of comfort range like we've talked about. And why that's actually a good thing is it tends to rebound back into the comfort range. So I would definitely watch for that. Maybe it's something that happens over the course of the weekend. Not saying that's going to happen for sure. We got very close to oversold on the RSI. We're still down in the very depths of oversold on the stochastic RSI on the daily. And we got very close to our long-term trend, which is a good tap down here. Again, still building that right shoulder on our inverse head and shoulders. So we'll have to watch and wait and see how the weekend progresses. But guys, this was the big theme of yesterday. Liquidations, very fast drops in the market, bunch of people getting pissed and annoyed. And guys, I get it. I don't like when that happens, but it's something that does take place. But what I will say is that, lo and behold, large holders taking advantage once again. 244 billion Shib bought by them yesterday. Holders in terms of Shiba Inu, once again hitting a new all-time high. This isn't really a surprising thing, and I think a lot of people at this point they're just looking to continue rounding out their positions. But this is where I think it gets lost on retail just a little bit. I was looking at this historic concentration of holders. I don't know, I can't speak. This historic concentration of holders, and we're seeing something very clear here. What we have seen during this time is whale holdings increase. In fact, since just the 15th of June, which is now 6 days ago, we have seen whale holdings climb from 586.9 trillion up to 592.58 trillion. So almost 6 trillion Shib added by whales. Not really surprising. And actually the group that it came from was some of those mid-sized wallets. We actually saw investors drop off by about 6 trillion Shiba Inu. Okay. So we're seeing the people who have large amounts of Shib adding more to their bags. They're just continuing to accumulate and round out their positions more and prepare while the times are kind of crap in the market. But what we've also seen in the same time, and maybe I should drop down so you guys can see this. What we're seeing in the same time is retail capitulate. They dropped from basically on the 15th having 259.68 trillion down to 259.03 trillion. So what we're seeing is retail capitulating, large holders accumulating. Retail capitulating, large holders accumulating. This is always what happens before we go on big runs in terms of price. It's not really a surprising thing, but I feel the need to keep bringing it up so that people are aware of what's happening behind the scenes. It's very obvious that what we're experiencing in the markets is shakeouts, bear traps. We've seen it time and time again. Unfortunately, a lot of the way here, we've just dealt with some negative news that has just caused the market to capitulate and to see fear and to freak out and dump. And, guys, it is what it is. I don't have any control over the news. I don't have any control over the charts. All I'm here to do is just give you guys the information so you can make decisions for yourself. Do I still think Shib is a good investment? Yes. This isn't financial advice or a guarantee or anything like that. Do I think we're kind of in a sucky time right now where retail has huge PTSD because of what's happened? Absolutely. It's very clear. Any sign of somewhat negative news, the market kind of craps the bed because people are fearful. People are scorned by what's been happening over the past, 6-7 months now. And it sucked. It is what it is. Sometimes the market gets kind of caught in these waves where people are a little bit more hesitant to put their capital back in the market, and it just gets parked on the sidelines. It just gets stuck in stables. You know, right now we're again building actually a little bit of an ascending triangle here in terms of USDT dominance. Hopefully that doesn't extend to the upside here. We're actually still building that right shoulder on our inverse head and shoulders. We're actually possibly creating a little bit of a double top here. So we, again, kind of like we're talking about, we could see a little bit of a bounce as we get through the weekend, as we do get into the early part of the week here as well. Just some things to watch there. In fact, right now on the daily stochastic RSI, we're in the overbought range. So just something to maybe pay attention to here moving forward. But it kind of is what it is right now, where the market's stuck in fits. Retail has PTSD. Eventually that will wear off, but you know, we definitely need some good news. Now, if you guys missed my ADA video earlier today, I think it's Waller was actually calling for potential rate cuts coming here in July, that the Fed is very close to this, but we'll have to wait and see. The data is definitely conducive for that. That could obviously cause some excitement and runs in the market, but we'll just have to see what happens. So have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.